Well, congratulations. You want to check your free credit report? Follow along with me. I'm going to show exactly what you need to do here. Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday, a segment of this channel where I share a privacy or security tip that you can start using in 5 minutes or less. Today we're talking about free credit reports, and I want you to look over my shoulder on my computer as I check mine, and then you can follow along. Now, I'm starting here on annualcreditreport.com. This is one of 3 different ways that you can request your credit report. You can do so here on this website. You can go to the individual credit bureaus websites. That would be Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, such as this TransUnion here, and you can request your credit score and report, or you can even mail in your credit report request, and they will within 15 days send back your credit report to you. So those are the 3 ways, but I do want to make sure that I warn you ahead of time. There is a lot of fraud related to this annual credit report. You want to make sure that if you are doing it, you are only doing it in one of these 3 methods that I've described here and that I'm leaving in the description below, because you don't want to land on a website where you're giving away all of this very personal information. Make sure that you are looking at annualcreditreport.com or you are on a specific website for one of the credit bureaus. So we're going to start with annual credit report. If I wanted to request my free credit report, I can go here and then request this credit report. And what you're going to see, and I'm not going to actually fill it out for you in person, but you're going to have all this information where you have to put in your first name, your last name, birthday, social security number. This is common. So I'm going to pause for just a moment, fill out this information so you can see what the next page looks like. Now, here we are on this page. What you're going to see is you have the opportunity to request all 3 credit bureau credit reports on you at the same time, or you can space it out at as much time as you want. If you're doing this just to do checks every once in a while throughout the year, I would advise spacing it out once over every 4 months. So I could check all 3 of these and then click next, or I could just check one of them. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring me through the process of seeing each of these credit reports one at a time, just looking through and seeing my credit report. What we want to do is we want to look through this information, and at the end of it, you don't want to be surprised by what you find. I'm going to do my best here to not blur out as much information as I can. Obviously, I can't show you everything, but I want to give you an idea of what you're looking at. So here on your credit report, we're looking at the date, my score, balances, payments, credit accounts, all of that stuff. And if, let's say you've got 5 or 6 credit cards, a few different bank accounts, but if it's wildly absurd, if you've got a lot of credit accounts, that's something that you should be worried about. As we browse down, we want to make sure that our personal information looks the way it should. Are the names correct? Is your date of birth and address and previous addresses correct? Because if there's an address there that doesn't look right, you're going to need to report that. Inquiries or any inquiries that have been made, credit pulls by, let's say, a car dealership when you're trying to buy a car, or a bank when you're trying to refinance your home or even buy a new home. Those kind of balance inquiries are what's going to be shown here. And then the last but certainly not least are the accounts. What accounts have been opened and do they look right? Are these the different accounts that you have and are there balances? So if you see an account that you don't recognize or a balance that it's absurdly high that you don't have, again, that's a red flag, something that you need to be looking at. Installments are things that are more long-term, such as a car loan or a mortgage. So do you have any of those, and what is the balance here? So all of these, and then of course any public records, so you can start a dispute on any of these things. So if there's somebody that has opened a credit card that you did not authorize under your name, you need to start a dispute. Likewise, if you feel like you're the victim of identity theft, one of the first things you need to do is you need to go over to identitytheft.gov and start that process of telling them what happened and then getting a recovery plan, because it is not going to be something that's very fun. And that's one of the reasons why we're checking our credit report, is to make sure that our information is not being stolen. It's not being used for reasons that we did not allow. If you feel like your information is at higher risk of being stolen, then a credit monitoring service is something that you should consider. You can do that through the credit bureaus themselves. I prefer to do it with a kind of a third party like LifeLock. I think of this almost like if you were, let's say that you've got your home and you've got deadbolts on your doors. Those are just your regular security measures. But if you're particularly worried about the neighborhood you live in, you might set up a house alarm system. And that's kind of what a credit monitoring system is it's not going to necessarily stop people from coming in, but it's going to let you know the moment that it happens. These kind of services, these LifeLock annual services, I've got links. Those are affiliate links links down in the description below, but they can be useful if you think that's something that you need. It's not for everybody, but it is something that if you are at a higher risk, if you've been a victim of identity theft in the past, it is definitely something that you need to subscribe to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Now, before we end, I have 3 really important things that I need to add to make sure that you understand. And I'm going to give them in order of importance. The first is this: do not, I repeat, do not do your free credit report on a public computer or on public Wi-Fi. For the sake of the fact that you are sending so much sensitive information in order to get this free credit report, you want to make sure you're doing this on your computer or your device on your home network. So just wait till you get home and do it at home on your own computer. Second, remember that as you're doing this credit report, you're only doing it for one person, that one person potentially being you. So if you have a spouse or somebody else in your household, you want to make sure that you're doing it for everybody in your household, because an identity that's been stolen of anybody in your household affects everybody. You don't want to find out that, oh, my credit report was fine, but I forgot to check my wife's and hers had a problem. And then finally, last but not least, make sure that you're not paying for this credit report. It is a free service that we are given. And if you find yourself giving over your credit card information for the purpose of paying for any type of service related to this, you are either doing something beyond just a credit report, or you are on a fraudulent website and you need to get off immediately. So be very sensitive to that fact. This is a free service. Do not be paying for anything. So that's how you check your free credit report. Because there are 3 credit bureaus here in the US, you could theoretically check your free credit report once every 4 months. And it's something that I advise that you do. Maybe go ahead and put that into your calendar right now so that you're making sure that your identity isn't being stolen or that a bank account isn't being opened in your name. So if you want to check out more great Tech Tip Tuesday videos, I've got that entire playlist here. Make sure you subscribe to All Things Secured, and I look forward to making another great security video for you next week.